still feel, as we start the second half, that a bag of 4 or 5 required from Pav for Fremantle to win.
Umpire Jordan Bannister to get it underway. Former Bomber player himself, along with the Blues. And a very, very good umpire.
He could give him a head.
It's been solid, Griffin.
He did have possession.
Stepping into the #1 ruckman with Sandingland's out, I reckon he's done his job. And the 2 tags that we saw at the start of the game are there again at the start of this second quarter. The second half, excuse me.
Main tries to run onto this and looking for one back inside. Got it to Crowley, back to Main. He loses a bit of ground, but now they get a look at a forward ball. Pavlich, Clark and Broughton, and outmarked by Carlisle in the end.
Gee, they're harsh on this play on this round.
Yeah, hardly moved up the line again, did he, Carlisle?
I reckon they're really tightened up on it over the weekend, the umpires.
Ball to centre wing, McFarlane and Hurley. Stanton a little careless and he attempts to move the ball on there.
What was great about that mark by Carlisle, he's doing the job defensively this year, but he's not afraid as a defender to go for his marks, and I think that's fantastic. The best defenders have always done that. Matthew Scarlett does it. Brian Lake's one of the best at doing it, and good to see Carlisle backing himself in close to the Fremantle goal line, going for his marks.
Oh, Paddy, that's it.
Silvani.
A more measured start to the second half, BT.
Which
came
looking
out of
different already, isn't it?
Yeah, we get the feeling that we might get this one closed in, scoring restricted a bit more. It started at the most cracking pace just about seen all year.
Who's initiating that, Das?
I think it favours Ross Lyon. I think it's his natural style. I think he prefers to get into an arm wrestle. He'd love just to peg it back, maybe get it to within a goal at 3/4 time, get the crowd factor into it here at Subiaco and see if he can just put enough pressure in the minds of the Bombers players.
Dempsey to Hooker had a little bit too much on it. And Hooker unable to.
By the sounds of it, boys, Freo have obviously tried to open up the game, play a different style of footy in the first half of the game. Now going back to what we expected from them early on, that's keep possession of the ball, just control the tempo of the game and slow the game down so that Essendon can't move the ball as quick.
Bit of a Justin Bieber about him, that boundary umpire that threw it back in just then. He's
threw it in about 8 metres as well, which is not really
got Justin's strength.
His guns are about the size of Bieber's.
Oh, now come on. There he is, Bieber boy.
It's all about timing, though, the boundary throwing.
There's Bannister boy. Mzungu through traffic to Pav. There's Clancy. Pearce leaves it for the skipper. Pavlich trying to thread the needle. Magnificent ball by the big man Pavlich to get it through that little gap and find Broughton was magnificent.
He had half a fumble, the skipper, at the first contest. He knew that he wouldn't make a second mistake, and that is such great vision, awareness, understanding of how to play the game. And then the kick, as you said, BT, was just perfect.
Only kicked the 1 goal this year. Only has the 10 career goals, Greg Broughton, from his 65 games. He's played all of the night up at this end of the ground, and here he is with a 45-degree angle shot. There it is. Good-looking kick. Needs to hold its line, and it has. Fremantle with a good second half start.
Well, it was set up by Matthew Pavlich. He is obviously the key if Fremantle can win this game. He won the game in Melbourne a few weeks ago against Richmond with a 6-goal haul, and every time he gets the football, he just has that little bit more poise and class than most other players on the ground. Good players always look like they have more time, and Pavlich was good enough and poised enough to be able to find Broughton on the lead.
So within 8 points now here, the Fremantle Dockers. Broughton kicks his first goal of the game, and we believe possible injury news with Hurley as well. We're just going to see if we can capture any of that, as both teams tonight have kicked 5 goals straight from set shots, so perfect here tonight. And Michael Hurley leaving the ground there, as you can see, going down into the Essendon rooms. Doesn't look too serious, moving well.
He's running off the ground without any obvious impediment, so let's hope that it's just something quick and he's back out there.
He hasn't been involved in any play yet, so it's interesting.
The magnet Barlow working it forward. Here's Mzungu. Myers been good. Risky handball. Pavlich looks up and about in this half as well. Bombers got some numbers here. Hardingham missed the first attempt. Hooker on to Hibberd. And was that out of bounds on the fall off the leg of Stanton? I don't think so.
Maybe Michael Hurley just needs to go to the men's room.
Possibly, Richo.
Not unheard of.
It's a possibility.
Does happen in your, how many 280 odd games? Did it ever happen to you, Richo, does?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, players are drinking sometimes about 8 litres of Powerade before a game.
Griffin long. Hooker couldn't mark. Probably should have taken it. The strength of Pavlich, but Fletcher catches up with him. Bombers out of the loop. Advantage paid here. Dempsey, a little ball inside to his mate Jetta.
Crowd not happy with Leroy Jetta. They thought he took a bit of a dive in the second quarter, but our replay suggested it was a decent punch in the face from Adam McPhee.
Absolutely. Little ball back inside to Remus. Just got it in front of Crozier. There's Heppel. The hair looking as loose as ever from Dyson Heppel. Good looking ball, great hands, Cramery turns around on the point of the square, 70 out, a genuine one-on-one, Paddy and McFarlane offhand. Subin didn't let it hit the deck. Beautifully done from Nick Subin, and that kick is magnificent.
That was great. He worked harder than anyone else to get back front and square and crumb that ball and helped out his defence.
Oh, De Boer felt the pressure from behind, felt the need to get rid of it quicker than he should have. It was Griffin. Gives Hill a chance here. He should mark in front. Spoiled. Clancy able to pick it up. The bend around the body looking for Broughton. Fletcher will win in the race back, but he's now under pressure. Just was able to partially keep his footing, and now Hardingham under Mundy pressure. Keeps it alive. Dangerous thing to do. Lockie Neal got it back to Clancy. Pearce. Too much hook, Clancy. Too much hook. And Hibberd couldn't keep it alive.
She nearly kept it in then, Hibberd. That play from Subin was fantastic down back to have the poise then to kick it outside his own defensive 50 and hit a target, set up that scoring attack.
Another contest here. Ibbotson able to bowl his man over lower, got it off to De Boer. De Boer set sail for home, gets a really good look. Fremantle back within 2 points.
Perfect start to the second half for the Fremantle Dockers. They've slowed the game down, restricting the run of Essendon, and they've kicked the first 2 goals. De Boer continuing his very, very good form up to 16 disposals, and that goal right then, as BT just pointed out, back to a 2-point margin.
We'll have another look at the goal here, and it was a great finish, but that's the 7 inside 50s to 1 this quarter. They've come out full of wanting. The Fremantle Dockers scores nearly back level now. This is just a great game of footy. They're not going to go away tonight, the Dockers.
Indeed it is, Richo. As you say, back within 2 points. Griffin, did he dispose of it correctly by hand or foot? The umpire said knocked out in the tackle. Hibberd looking for perfection with Heppel, couldn't get it. Ibbotson.
Boys, Michael Hurley back from the change rooms. Looks to have just got his wrist or hand retaped, so it doesn't look to be too bad.
Oh, Carlisle backing back into the oncoming traffic of Pavlich.
That's what I'm talking about, BT. Goes for his marks. That time going back into Pav, who was coming out on the lead. He is one of the most improved tall defenders in the competition this year.
They need to get more out of this man, though, BT. Paddy Ryder's got the footy. That's just disposal number 7. Has had no influence in this game. Too important a player to not be involved at all.
Remus into Monfries. Monfries around the corner. Here's Hill. Got back to help McFarlane. Got Olio there, who's kicked a couple in this game. And Jakey Carlisle, magnificent. EC Hurley, Hardingham and Melksham. And, of course, that man on the right there.
It's the weapon.
The weapon.
Eyes up, arms clear!
Responsible for strength and conditioning. And there's Monfries. Looking for Heppel, De Boer. Sneaky little one from Neil to Lower. Now Main. Didn't panic. Lower's got a lot of traffic to deal with here. Did it well and had great eyes into the middle to Ball. Didn't get the body contact that he'd hoped then. Now on to Pavlich. Pavlich can go further afield here. Magnificent kick. Broughton marks.
Well, that was great play by Broughton. All of the rest of the Fremantle forwards pushed right up the ground over halfway, but Broughton didn't. He wanted to isolate Dustin Fletcher and keep him last man in the line. Fletch tried to anticipate the play and came off of Broughton, and that's how he got that gap going back towards goal.
You can see De Boer in the marking attempt trying to feel the leg and the back of the opponent in front. Didn't get him. That's why I think he didn't take the mark. But now Broughton from almost directly in front. Good grip on the ball. This to put Fremantle in front. Have a look at the purple haze. They're up and about.
Brilliant response here from the Dockers. First 3 goals of the second half, and they get the lead back. Crowd gets involved. We can see a Sir Purple here. Patersons Stadium, Subiaco. I reckon they've changed the context of the way the game's been played. Yeah, they've kicked the goals, but none of that line-breaking run that Essendon have been able to deliver in the first half. They've been able to just slow it down a touch, and their own rebound work has been sensational. Brilliant response here from the Dockers.
Certainly is, and there's no doubt, Darcy, it's been a tactic. You mentioned it early. They had Zach Clark taking Dustin Fletcher deep into his own defence. Well, this quarter, he's on Broughton, and Broughton's kicked those 2 goals. Done it really well, keeping Fletch the last man in the line.
Back in the middle of the ground, Paddy Ryder to Watson. Clancy, Pearce in there, Lower again. Little handball under pressure now. Watson steps to the line. Fremantle by 4 points. Ball inside 50. Cramry, a little bit of speed. Couldn't control it. Now Watson. Crichton's got him. Gee, bit of a flick pass or a throw. I'm not sure which one. Barlow, the magnet man. Now Pavlich again. Up they fly. Knocked away by Hooker. Carlisle bumped off the ball. The man of the moment, Broughton. Got a ball wide. Barlow gathers. Got him, Hooker. Wrapped him up in the tackle. Threw him to ground, and this will be a ball up. Have kicked the last 3 goals of the game, the Fremantle Dockers. Cramry just being checked there. Fremantle's end of the ground. Clancy, Pearce trying to find a way through.
All of a sudden, it's back to the Bombers. They need their gun players to respond. There's Joe Watson, who's been involved and effective. He's had 15 disposals, but Ryan Crowley has taken away that real good clearance work that he normally delivers. Of just getting the matchups they want here all of a sudden, Fremantle.
Hurley, did he have it? I don't think so. McFarlane infringing there. Howell out the back. Good ball to Hocking. Hocking looks to the wing and sees the white-booted Reamers. Used to wear purple and green ones. Just the white one, says James Hurdle do. Silvani backing back into the slot. Poor kick from him, though, to Crichton. Worked it out nicely, found Neil, and now McFarlane back to Neil. Half back here for the Dockers. Subin. Not panicking with the ball. Freo, I like their style. Broughton couldn't get it. Howlett off hands, back to Heppel. Beautiful vision by Heppel to find Hibberd. Hibberd over the top to Paddy. The give and go comes back to Job. From 50 with a low ball to Monfries. Monfries has taken the mark, 20-out, difficult angle.
Yeah, brilliant response from the skipper, Joe Watson. A great play from Ryder. It was the right option. Get him involved. Such a complete player now. Joe Watson is
plays on, kick around the body, just hurried it a little. Monfries
just got it in the middle of the ball.
So just a little bit of composure. You see the likes of the Hawthorn team do that, and they take their time and they think through it. Thought he sort of rushed that.
Most players are pretty good at it now, but he normally is, Monfries.
Gee, I reckon Paddy might have had hands in the back of his opposite number there.
Yeah, he's just off tonight. Paddy Ryder.
He's had a bit of a trim with the hair. He's sharpened that up a bit, Das, but Zach's got to come all the way back to receive this free at half-back, basically. 9.5 minutes remaining in the third. Fremantle have kicked all 3 goals in this quarter, lead it by 4. McPhee. On his non-preferred side, De Boer. Crowley off hands magnificently. Bang, it's already up the 14. Hands in the back of Main. I saw that against Kyle Hardingham. Main wants it.
Well, he's got Pav down there, who looks really dangerous.
And he's got to run and jump with it. Here comes Pav over the back. He's got it.
He was just in a great spot, BT. And you could see Carl Hooker shaking his head, but he didn't have body contact. And you looked up and you went, you give Pav 5 metres of space, Richo. That is just so dangerous. And he delivered.
I reckon a gun forward like Matty Pavlich, he would have been happy when Hooker's in front of him like that. You love it as a forward when the defenders get in front of you, and you shouldn't give him that sort of space.
8 marks for the skipper. Pavlich comes in to convert here, kick the first goal of the game for a 10-point Fremantle lead to Senders play psycho. Pavlich with his second goal, Das.
Just starting to unravel here for the Bombers. 4 in a row to start the second half for the Fremantle Dockers.
Yeah, Matty Pavlich, you see Hooker there, he just got lost. He got in front of him, he lost touch on Pavlich, and he was all at sea with the ball coming over his head.
Now, we saw the hands in the back from Hardingham, but should Pavlich, seconds later, have been pinged as well? Yes, he should have.
Well, to the letter of the law, yeah, he should have.
Absolutely. We've seen less paid, Richo. Ibbotson strolls through. Free kick against Dempsey. He wonders why. Mundy told to give it back, and Courtney not happy. Jonathan Griffin kicks another long ball. All the big hitters are there. Zach Clark flew without success. Heppel to Stanton, and now Melksham back to Stanton. Under pressure from Mzungu. Made him work. Well done, Crichton. Magnificent to Mzungu. Onto the magnet man, Barlow. Picks it up. Can he control? Oh, he fell over his own feet in the end. And the ball went out of bounds.
He's just had a meltdown there, poor old Michael Barlow. I tell you what, Brent Stanton, you've got to be careful. He called for the footy in a position where he shouldn't have got it. Mzungu was closing space. You've got to, even though you want the footy as badly as Stanton does, your responsibility is to call for it when you're in the right position.
Fletcher, clever little own behind through the goals.
I think sometimes you get in that mindset, Brent Stanton's getting tagged. He demands a footy, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. If you're running away from goal and your tag is a metre away, that ain't the time to get it. You've got to push forward and earn it when it's the right time to earn it.
Good kicking, isn't it? 12-3 to 10-4. Fletcher sees Hill and Cramery as targets that he likes. Really no great contest there. De Boer says, just give me a go at it. Off to Johnson, handball smothered. Well done, Cramery. Clancy, Pearce. Great control to McPhee. High ball on the head of Mundy. Heppel, Barlow, somehow to De Boer, searching for space and time for Griffin, able to launch another ball forward. They're all in there, ready to go. Tried to mark it Hardingham. Hibbert did well to force it out to the advantage of Hill. Melksham's under enormous pressure.
Gee, they're hunting them now. Look at them.
Oh, this is great pressure. Haven't seen this for a while off Freo. Hocking. Oh, I thought it was good use of the body.
Right on it, right on it!
Jeez, I was with you, BT. I thought that he played that really well, my first glance, but the free kick has gone Clancy Pearce's way.
Short ball to Main.
Right on it.
Is he within distance here?
You got your angle.
Well, last week they had a record for tackles, Fremantle, a club record. And they're starting to up the ante now. They didn't lay any tackles in that little patch, but the pressure and the pressure acts forced the turnover.
4-1 Freo to no score Essendon in this quarter as we're about to enter red time at the 20-minute mark. Main has kicked 3 goals. This one will be from just outside the arc. It's a good ball with great direction. falls short by a metre. Very serious goal umpire there, giving that behind.
He's doing his job well.
Oh, he's very serious about his job. Richo. Now, as you say, the pressure is mounting. They just can't seem to get it out of this end, the Bombers.
Yeah, well, they had 118 tackles against Richmond last start.
Play on.
Handball to Hooker. Stanton through centre half back, just hoists it long in a hurry. Remus didn't punch from behind, he went the mark, and he's really disappointed with himself there.
That's what I'm talking about again with Stanton. He just screams to the footy, give it to me, with no concept of what's around him. He was under enormous pressure. All he could do was hook it blindly and a floating kick to the forward line. You're not helping your team doing that. Better off not getting it. Run and protect.
Great kick by Mundy. Surely the Pavelator is too far out here. I reckon he inside wants to go the barrel, but team discipline says no.
Touch, play on, play on.
Just trying to get a little iffy one over the top. Dempsey is mauled. Crowley went without it. Now Jake Melksham sees Paddy wide, and Johnson getting back to keep him honest. Couldn't stop Paddy though. Ryder into the middle. That was a kick that was never on, I reckon. Ibbotson was always making ground kick. Mzungu went for the low ball to Main. Turns his man around in Carlisle. Got Fletcher at the back. Relieving handball to Carlisle.
This is where they can't get that breakthrough run, as Richo's pointing out. This is their best opportunity to go coast to coast.
The white-booted Remus, here he is, sends a long ball. Crammery bound. Great kick, Kyle Remus.
Great kick, great work rate from Stuart Crammery. Boys, Essendon need the run in their legs, and they brought their sub on Nathan Lovett-Murray. They've taken Angus Monfries off.
Gee.
Well, that's their A-grade plan, isn't it? Yeah. Win it at half-back, long clearing kick, fast, hard run, get out into open space. That's a big move getting Monfries off, but they've decided the fresh run. Well done to Fremantle. This start of the second quarter, they have just completely shut Essendon's run down.
The feeling players don't like putting the red vest on when you see a picture of Angus Monfries.
Absolutely the worst thing you could do.
Crammery plays on, gives himself a little more breathing space, and he's missed.
On his left leg there, it was probably just the opportunity to kick a drop punt. We know players now love to go around, but
he's done well with guiding it down tonight in a straight direction, hasn't he, from tougher positions.
It wasn't a tough angle on his left leg.
Johnson, I'm sure that will even be called a set shot because he did play on. So may well be a kick in motion. Fletcher's got a difficult one. Did he go at it or did he stay back? He had to go. This allows Broughton a bounce inside 50. Good ball, Main.
That was terrific play by Broughton. Bounced over. Fletcher attacked the ball, which he had to do. He got a bad bounce. Broughton gathered it, had a bounce, and he looked up, and Main was trying to work over Carlisle. He couldn't find space. There's a shocking bounce to Dustin Fletcher, but he didn't rush this kick. He waited for Main to make the correct lead, double-backed on Carlisle, and that was a terrific bit of play.
Chris Main has a girlfriend called Kitty Cat, we believe. Unusual, I know. Hard to believe, I know. Truth. Here is Main, 35 metres out, directly in front, and he's got it. Fremantle have kicked 5 in a row in the third.
Well, he's a reliable shot for goal, Chris Main. He's having a terrific night. 4 goals, 17 possessions, 7 marks. He's just had a great work ethic tonight. I loved the way he's got back a couple of times and helped his defence. It's his best goal-kicking performance against the Bombers. 4 goals straight. He doesn't need a lot of opportunities, Darcy. He doesn't miss many set shots.
Yeah, really, really talented player.
Great reaction from Main on kicking his 4th goal, and Fremantle by 17 points, their biggest lead of the game right now as Monfries sits with the vest.
Well, they've smashed them in the contested possession, plus 10 this quarter. They've just been harder at it than the Bombers in this vital third quarter.
5 Fremantle goals in a row as Jeddah around the corner. Was Hurley initiating the contact? Was he held by Silvani? The umpire said yes.
Yeah, well played.
Both arms are
from Hurley.
and he can't hold him on that.
There's Jordan Bannister. I heard that. Was saying both arms around, telling Silvani you can't hold him like that. He's been fantastic, Jordan Bannister. There's Carlton play. Kicks 3 goals in the first quarter. Here it is. Held his body position well. Wrapped him around the neck. Correct decision.
Yeah, fair call, Richo, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. There's just no need to wrap your arms around. He had him. He wasn't on the lead.
3 first quarter goals. This is a huge kick for Hurley. Almost point-blank range. 20 out. Drills the goal. Back within 11 points, the Bombers. Four goals to Hurley in a seesawing contest. Fremantle by 11. Michael Hurley in really good touch. This is his best effort for the year. 4 goals here. Great shot of Patersons Stadium. Zach Clark out of the middle to Pavlich.
It's a mark! It's a mark! Nah, he marked it, mate.
So the clearance from Zach Clark. We spoke to Aaron Sandilands at half-time. Really exciting when he gets his athleticism going, and there's the big star body in front of hooker. He's looked dangerous all night tonight, Pav.
Overtakes Doug Wade's games on 268 tonight, does the big fella Pav.
He's just positioned himself perfectly at those centre bounces so that he's the man for a rush kick, and that's why he can take contested marks.
For his 3rd goal, bending left, and now a little bit right. Fremantle get another.
Nice response from the skipper. The big Pav, good players, get themselves in the right position. It's 12 goals now in his last 3 games. Really hitting a nice patch of form. And I love him playing where he is. 35, 40 metres out from goal. Super dangerous.
The skipper getting it done. 3 goals to him, but more importantly, his side up by 17. He's enjoying the moment there with Nick Lower.
Yeah, that's 13 marks inside 50 in this game so far for Fremantle, the most of the year.
Love it. Murray can go all the way here. The sub, handball to Jeddah. I reckon he should have. In the end, he had the open look at goal, and now, as a result of giving it off to Jeddah, the turnover. McPhee to Pavlich. Just feels like he can beat anyone at the moment, Pav. And there's Howlett.
They're just getting more numbers to the football, Freo.
Ball into Ryder, got a back into Mundy, did well to mark. Jeddah wanted it again, and I don't blame Paddy for not giving it this time.
I reckon Paddy has a chance from here, and I think he likes his options as well. He's taking his time. Going back. Been very quiet tonight, been a disappointing night so far. An opportunity to kick a big goal.
I reckon he can go the journey here, and inside the last minute of the 3rd, it's a must. Paddy Ryder must hoist the ball 55 metres. Kick on the way is an absolute ripper. A big banger. Paddy Ryder in the last 30 seconds of the 3rd has got it back to 11.
And that is what's great about footy. You can have a poor night and you can still impact the game in a positive manner. Love the way he did it. He summed it up. So I'm not going to muck around with a short ball. Take ownership of it. And a big, big bomb gets it back to 11 points. Crucial goal with 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Richard.
Massive goal. Just gives them... We know they're a fast-finishing team. They kicked 9 goals in their last outing in the last quarter, so they're well within range, obviously, the Bombers. But that just gives them A little bit of momentum and confidence going into the break at three-quarter time.
Just when we thought it was going to be a low-scoring affair, 11 goals collectively kicked in the first, 7 in the second, and already 8 in the third. And the Bombers a chance to score again in the last 20 seconds of this third quarter. They're down by 11. Lovett Murray, the sub, gave it into Hocking, off to Hurley. 15 seconds. Hurley goals. Unbelievable things happening here at the moment. 5-point lead. Bombers braining them in the last minute.
Great hands from Hocking there, sorry. In close, the modern footballers, the ability to find teammates in tight situations, and that was fantastic.
Michael Hurley's got 5 goals all of a sudden, Richo. 3 in the first quarter, now he's kicked 2 in the third. And Lovett Murray's had an impact. The sub with Monfrey's going off. We raised our eyebrows a little bit. And amazingly, 6 goals, 2 Fremantle have kicked this quarter is their best quarter for the year. Brilliant game. James Hurd, he doesn't show much emotion.
Isn't it an emotional game when you see the supporters and Hurd, and have a look at the crowd giving it to Thompson. He turns around to the Fremantle supporter and gives him the Thompson glare.
Bit of sledging.
Oh boy, it's all on here, and James Hurd
trying to pick it up off the ground.
Oh, we're having a bit of a joke there as well. A little bit of a smile.
He's not careful. Bomber will grab that beer out of his hand
And inhale it.
It's only mid-strength, I think.
And Bomber entertaining the crowd. Three-quarter time siren. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot go anywhere. This game here is just a 5-point margin. Ross Lyon and James Hurd will marshal the troops at three-quarter time. Fremantle 14-4-88 lead the Bombers 13-5-83.